Okay, so the amygdala also interprets fear and helps distinguish between friends and foes, identifies social rewards and how to attain them. And then lastly, we learned about this concept earlier in our semester, but it's also important for the type of learning called classical conditioning. Just to refresh your memory of it, it was the whole idea of a dog hearing the bell ring, getting food, it salivates, and then that whole like connection between the ringing of the sound, the saliva, and the food all kind of intertwine with each other. Next is the insula or insular cortex. This is the source of disgust. MRI studies show that the insula lights up for someone experiencing pain. So, in other words, pain reception is present here. Neuroscientists also think that the insula receives a status report for the body's psychological state and generates subjective feelings. So, it's kind of the checker of your body to see what are you feeling? How can I fix it? Like, what emotions do I express? And then lastly, the periquadial gray. It's located in the brainstem, which is why it was harder to see on that imaging of the brain that I showed before in the last slide. It also has been implicated in pain reception, kind of like the insula. It also contains receptors for pain-reducing compounds, and then it has defensive, reproductive behaviors, maternal attachment, and anxiety. So a lot of different emotions are intertwined between those three structures. So I thought it was very cool to see where our emotions originate and how they impact our body. Lastly, how can we apply this to our lives? So first was my example of you have anxiety about a certain activity. Maybe it's a test, maybe it's an ACT, which is also a test, but more of a high stake test. Just a social dinner, maybe that causes you anxiety. Learn to control your behavior. Take this facial feedback effect and take it into your life. Maybe try smiling for a minute. That could help you boost a sense of optimism that the activity will work out well. Getting into the right mindset, smile, like I just said before. Try not to think negative thoughts and not act in that way. Work out. Workouts release endorphins, and that also leads you to have a clearer state of mind with a more positive outlook for most people. And then learn how to control your behavior again, like I said in the last point. Learn what helps you get through each activity. And lastly, trust God because God is ultimately going to be with you throughout every single situation, emotion. He is always right there, your best friend, always there to listen, no judgments, always there. Lastly, I have my sources. I hope you learned a little something about facial feedback and how it can be a great addition to know about in your life. Thank you.